All right. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Everything good? Yes. We have lots of gray. Lots of gray tonight to look at. Um, let's see. Hi, Greg. It looks like Greg Vineyard is watching with you. Hey, Greg. So, tonight, I don't really have a plan. Um, my planning skills fell through. I don't really plan what we're going to do tonight. Um, just been asked by the best narrator. Hello, how's life? Life is good. Life is good. I am just getting started here. Let me know if the audio is good, etc., etc. Yeah, like I said, I don't really have a big plan tonight. I can do the show, a little show and tell times. We're getting started here. I think many of you have seen this, but we're gonna. This is my finished painting from the last couple streams, and yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. Possibly could have worked on it for a little longer, but I think we should just let it lay where it lays, really. Probably should sign this just for when I put it online, but just put a little signature there. But when I make prints of these, I hand sign them. Anyway, you can grab one of these if you'd like from my site for signing up for my newsletter. Maybe it's not a newsletter. I just messed up, called it a newsletter. It's actually called Transmissions from Studio. It's something I'm getting ready to send the first one out, I think, as soon as I write it. It's going to be just kind of what I have going on in the studio. There are going to be probably discount codes, etc. for cheapskates. And so, yeah, this is going to be a thing I'm starting, and I'm hoping it's going to be entertaining to people or informative if you care about what I'm doing, you know. I think it's going to be pretty fun. The first one should be coming in the next week or so. I'm still in the process of making it. They're going to be like work in progress stuff. A lot of the same stuff that you might post on social media, except for more of a curated thing, curated audience, because I am, you know, sometimes it's hard to spend much time like editing a video or something like that, like really putting a lot into content that you make, and then you post it and kind of like nobody sees it because of whatever algorithms, etc. And a lot of times the people that you want to kind of show it to don't see it. So it's kind of what I'm doing. And so as a bribe for signing up for that Transmissions from Studio, I'm going to be sending these prints out next week. Start sending them out next week. They're free. There's a link that I just posted in the chat, and you can just go check out like you normally would. Go to my shop, but it'll cost $0.00, and I'll ship this to you for free. All right. But I think that one came out pretty good. One more little, I guess, footnote or disclaimer about that is that if you've already gotten a free print through this like thing I'm doing for the Transmissions from the Studio, there may be like other giveaways in the future and stuff, but this is kind of a one print per customer type of thing. So if you've already signed up and gotten a free print through this promotion, then I'm not going to be able to send you another one. So there's an expense attached to it. It costs money to ship them and stuff like that. I hope that I'll be able to give I wish that I could give everything away for free, but I just can't. Anyway, enough with the commercials. This is the stream, and I'm gonna paint something or sculpt something tonight, but I would be very open to suggestions. If anybody's just got like a single random word to throw out, I guess we could wait for some folks to kind of show up, etc. But Greg, if you're still around, or whoever's still around, I see that there are a couple people watching. Just throw out a random word, and we'll get something started here. No obligation. See if maybe I'll mash up a few words and see what kind of painting we can come up with. Meantime, I'm just going to warm up, I guess. Been drawing a lot of people. Those of you that might have been following along lately, always talking about drawing people. And I've been going through a couple days of being real loose. Some might even say super sloppy. But I think I'm going through a period. I'm just like trying to learn stuff all the time. So sometimes I go through periods where things look really weird and rough. And it's like, man, can I draw anymore? And I think it might be just that my brain is like processing a bunch of new information. Or at least that's what I try to tell myself during my more calm moments. During other times, I'm just like, oh, all right, I guess I can't draw anymore. It's just like gone forever. I just suck now. I could, again, I'm holding for suggestions if anybody has any. It would be really helpful to it would be helpful. Just throw out some random words. In the meantime, maybe I should do that over here for security. I've got some stuff from life drawing last night. Maybe I'll show a couple of those just for fun. Where are they? Google Drive. Wow, Google Drive. Can I select more than one? Awesome. I know how much you guys love watching me download things. I know you guys love that. All right, so I'm gonna warn you that these are pictures of a human woman that is not clothed all the way. So if you're offended by crappy drawings of naked bodies, please tune out. What happened? I thought I downloaded that. Come on, man. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that was a fake ghost download. Cool. So yeah, we're just getting started here. Download. Zipping 5 files. Preparing download. Is you're on like this cloud service. So I hope everybody's doing okay. With all the weirdness, things have been really weird. I myself have been a little bit, I don't know, man. Stir crazy. I guess whatever is beyond, whatever comes next after stir crazy. That's what I've been a little bit just like maybe annoyed. Like right now, I'm getting annoyed that Google Drive is taking way too long to zip 5 tiny files. Not super happy about it. What is happening here? All right, here's how we're going to look at them because I am not going to deal with that anymore. Here's one that turned out okay. This is like a 5-minute pose from Life Drawing. Here's one. I'm trying to stay loose with these and just going real fast. This one, and this one. That's really the only 5 that didn't make me want to quit painting forever. Yeah, so that's that. I forget the stream is kind of behind, so. That's a good suggestion, Isaac. Will from Stranger Things holding a bummed out Garfield. I was looking more for just like single word prompts. I like that illustration idea, but I'd like single word prompts so I can kind of like mash them up and get a little bit of my own I'd like to just kind of creatively come up with something from single words. You know what I mean? Thank you, Greg. Yeah, I'm trying to, get gestures of, just get gestures down quickly, and get limbs, like, when you first look at limbs or whatever, if I told someone to draw an arm that didn't obsessively look at arms for a really long time, we'd say they're straight and they bend in the middle, but they're not straight. They've got like a curve that goes really down smooth all the way down here. They've got like, depending on which way the forearm goes, there's all these curves depending on which way you turn and stuff. And all that stuff is, we don't know that we're looking for that, but we are, we can just kind of like it adds like a level of realism, even if you just like do those curves and it's still really rough and loose. I think that it, for me, just my personal taste, is it still adds a level of realism to it. So, okay, so we've got prehistoric. I like that one. Prehistoric, and we'll use Isaac. We'll use, I don't know. Do we use Garfield? Prehistoric Garfield, maybe. I don't know. Garfield's kind of like somebody else's intellectual property. Not that that's a huge deal, but Garfield is a prehistoric. Garfield is a saber-toothed tiger. It's kind of funny. Somebody go draw that. Will from Stranger Things. Which one is Will? Is Will the sad kid that's like always in trouble? Is that Will? Like the main kid that is kind of like not in the show a lot. All right, we got prehistoric. Prehistoric. I mean, the first thing I think of is dinosaur, right? Prehistoric. Yeah, okay. Will is the main character. I feel like I might not want to attempt a finished painting of a person or a humanoid on this stream because it might take weeks. Get a little maybe self-conscious. We have a guy squatted down. What's he doing? What else is going on in Stranger Things? It would be cool to do some Stranger Things something. Well, that creature thing is already looks like a dinosaur. Wow. I'm just gonna start doing random things, and maybe something will happen. Yeah, I thought maybe I could wing it. I should probably have more of a plan when I come here. Let me know if the audio starts, anything bad happens to the audio. Because my headphones are, can't tell if my headphones are making the audio sound weird, the music sound weird, or there should be more Yikes. Yikes. I don't know what anything looks like anymore. What if the kids from Stranger Things went back to prehistoric times? That seems pretty solid. Yeah, but I mean, that's huge though, right? It's like 5 portraits of real people. It's pretty big. Wanted to add some perspective, but I think I really need to open this up. I'm not warmed up. Hello, Dagger Hearts. Hello. Just hanging out. Just, wow, it's been a half an hour. Still don't know what I'm doing yet. I probably should have made a little bit of a plan. Okay. Man, Tyrannosaurus. Ugh. So played out, right? Tyrannosaurus. We're gonna make up our own dinosaur. All right, I'm gonna start out drawing this guy small. I don't know what I need. I need something though. Thanks, Greg. I don't know what I'm doing. Anybody who assumes that, well, maybe some people do know what they're doing, but I have a feeling that people don't know what they're doing. They just don't. What's up, Adam? How's it going, man? Promise to keep things PG-13. Thank you. Operating a little bit without a plan this week. So I'm just going to mindlessly draw things. I don't know how funny this one's going to be. It might just be terrifying. It might just go that route. And if this is like most of my paintings, it'll look nothing like this once it's done. Need to see what a dinosaur looks like when it's running, you know? Tyrannosaurs don't really look that scary. They look like chickens with crazy heads. Their bodies look exactly like chickens. And that's weird. This guy needs to be a little bit more. Can't forget the blood. Can't forget the blood. There's going to be something weird happens to my screen sometimes, where all of a sudden everything gets dark. I don't know if that shows up on the stream or not, but they were birds. Are you saying that scientists might have it wrong? Or, well, I mean, I guess there is like, yeah, like, so reptiles and birds are really, there's a whole lot of overlap in their ancestry, right? And so, yeah, there are more recent theories, right, that, what am I talking about? Oh, that dinosaurs are like, they might have had feathers. We just don't really have any way to tell because all we have is bones. Although you would see places where wings would be. This is the time where it's not going great. This is the time of the painting where it's just not going great. Yikes. It's like little kids. The skeletons were closer to birds. Yeah, man, I can dig that. I mean, I heard that there's even like, a lot of scientists are really saying that they might have had feathers. And that their bones were hollow, maybe, like birds. Regardless of what the dinosaurs look like, I really hate this one. Really hate it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, Adam, is like Tyrannosaurus Rexes. I mean, they pretty much, whoopsie, they look like featherless chickens. They got these tails with like crazy heads. Either way, I need a shot of one running. So, I've asked this before, but how is everyone doing? Is everyone doing well? I'm ready to get outside a little bit more. I'm like a super outside person. I mean, I'm an average outside person. I wouldn't call myself a nature buff, but I do like to, I don't know, go up, enjoy the mountains and stuff. I haven't been able to do that a lot for obvious reasons. Kimberly, I'm glad you guys are doing well. You guys have grocery delivery out your way from somewhere? That's nice. Oh, true confessions. I did my laundry in my bathtub today. True confessions. It got clean though. You know what? I just decided I don't want to do this painting. Or I don't want to do something this complicated. Maybe he's just eating them. Maybe that's how we fix it. What's going on now? Kimberly, I'm doing all right. I think I've actually reached a new level of stir crazy that I wasn't sure I was capable of. Doing things like, trying to think of an example of something that I like overreacted to. I was reading earlier that if you're a person that's annoyed or finds yourself annoyed a lot, I don't know anybody like that personally. Just kidding. It's kind of linked to anxiety, which might be obvious, but so it stands to reason that when you're experiencing more anxiety than usual, say there's a mother effing pandemic going on or something like that, you may find yourself getting more annoyed at small things as a reaction to, a heightened level of anxiety. Or if you're just like an anxious person, I guess it can manifest in different ways. For me, it might manifest in being pissed off about little things. Not perfect. Oh boy. What's even going on here? This is typically not how I would put together a painting. I would probably draw a little bit more before I started just doing this. It's weird. These streams make me do crazy things sometimes. Same thing with life drawing class. I draw sketches all day when I'm just sitting around drawing. I'll look at it later and it'll be pretty good, and then as soon as I go to life drawing, for some reason, my stuff gets weaker by 5 points at least. All right, this painting is something that maybe I'll work on later, but I am not feeling it. So it's going away. Take one last look at this painting. The only thing I can think of to do with it are just like too cliche. I don't want to do it. This kid on his bike, I like this kid. He's pretty cool. Yeah, I think maybe there are little UFOs chasing him. I think that's a cooler idea than this goofy ass dinosaur. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to work on something else. So, as you might know, I was slated to do this solo show in July, and it's gone now. Got to find another place to do it. The gallery that I have my stuff at, that I was going to hang it at, is changing their business model, and because of all this stuff that's going on. They're changing their business model, and that was where I was going to hang it, and I'm not sure they're going to be open to the public, etc. So, kind of a bummer, but these things happen, you know. I don't think it's ever happened to me like this, but you know, this is the first gallery that I've ever been at that's like closed or something, or whatever. Save. I don't want to save. All right, so man, I can't do it. All right, stranger, crappy things on a bike. I'll remember what that is later, definitely. So I think I'll work on one of these pieces from this toy series, just so I can maybe convince myself I can paint for a little while. This is where I was at with this one. So all this stuff was toys and movies. So I keep getting these requests for blood. Bring in the blood. Just so happens this piece would have some blood involved. Once again, it's not a show for kids. Only cool kids, I guess. Oh, that's right. I had a reference board for this painting. So yeah, I'm looking for a new place to hang this. I actually might wait until February. Feels like a far way off, but it'll be here before we know it. I might wait till February because there's a big show in February that actually it's assembly required toy show, and it's a designer toy show that happens all weekend in Asheville. It's really fucking super awesome. And I mean, a lot of times I bring some of my sculptures, but I also bring paintings, and because there's definitely some overlap with the crowd, but it's always a great time. People are really, I like the people and stuff, but it just kind of fits, you know, that this is a toy themed what am I saying? This is a toy themed solar painting series. It's like kind of toys and movies, and it's a toy show. Wow. Took a while, but I finally was able to finish that sentence all by myself. Did I say cool kids? I don't know. If I said cool kids, I misspoke. All right, so we're gonna make this. First, I was thinking about putting a raincoat on this guy, like American Psycho, but all right, I'm gonna have to slow down a little bit. Having one of those nights where I need to physically slow myself down. All right, here's what we need. We need kind of resting on my rendering laurels here because I don't know, it's having one of those nights, I can't really, big ideas aren't happening. Sometimes when I'm painting something, you know, sometimes it's like just the circumstances are where you have to finish it. You have to come up with something that's workable. But if you've got the opportunity, sometimes it's good just to kind of set it aside for a minute, vow to come back later and think about it. So maybe there will be some kind of prehistoric Stranger Things scene one day. I feel like I'm not really finishing my sentences tonight. Is that true? Is anybody finding that true? Not really finishing my thoughts. I'm telling you, man, stir crazy. Yeah, stir crazy is the new normal. I'm hoping that. I mean, I think it'll probably maybe become obvious when it feels right for things to kind of get back to normal. Of course, we don't want to jump the gun on it, you know. Don't want to cause problems with stuff spreading. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Don't know when. Oh man, what? We got like all these pictures of these things. Cool. I might actually have a chance to work in some warm shadows. This definitely needs to knock back a little bit. I got these good fur brushes that work sometimes for stuff like this. Hey, thanks, Greg, man. Talk to you later. And good seeing you too. Yeah, next week I'm definitely going to try to have something a little bit more prepared. But I'm also going to stop apologizing now. Because I'm just chilling and painting. Shape of this axe. So, wow, that's a weird excuse. Right on, man. That's hilarious. If I had $1 for every time my roommates kicked me out of my house for doing a terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. I'm going to be taking off in about 20 minutes, Adam, so if I don't see you, man, thanks for coming by. I never owned a Furby, Jonathan. I think I was like at an age where I don't know. It might have had something to do with. I just remember seeing them everywhere, and it could have been like I was either too young or too old to care about them. Did you have one? I mean, obviously something conjured this nightmare scenario. I mean, they always were super creepy, right? It's like maybe they were that first thing that hit that uncanny valley creepiness in our brains. One of the first things, because they would they just would do the Furby stuff that Furbies do. I didn't like them. They weren't cute. They were like the opposite of whatever the opposite of cute is to me. Did anybody ever own a Furby? Did you guys were you guys ever into this trend? And did it murder you in your sleep? Those are my two questions. That I pose to you. You were too old for Furby and too young for Teddy Ruxpin. So Furby came out before Teddy Ruxpin? Another super creepy toy for children? I think it's the eyes, right? I think that's what it is. It's mainly the eyes, like the way that they fucking blink and then like turn their eyeballs. No thanks. None for me, thanks. No Furby. All right, well. They were kind of expensive, weren't they? I mean, they had to be. They were pretty much, they were like really advanced AI, I guess you'd say, for the time. They would like, I don't know what they would do. Talk to you, wake you up while you're sleeping. They would just be sitting on your chest when you woke up in the middle of the night. Stuff like that. They would really become part of the family. What am I doing right now? I'm looking for... This is also perfect Furby music. Oh man, some of them have mohawks, don't they? Capturing the creepiness, thank you. Don't know if I should give him a mohawk or not. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, they would talk to each other behind... Yes, that is another creepy thing about Furbies. They would, if you put two of them in the room together, they would detect each other and have conversations in their fucking nightmare Furby language. I'm out of control tonight with my painting. Don't deserve to have this stylus. That's good that I'm capturing the creepiness. I'm probably creeping people out, aren't I? This painting is probably not something that anybody would hang in their home. But it never stopped me before from finishing the FN painting. Who knows? Might be somebody with a I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say the thought that I just had. There might be somebody with a, you know, like a workshop. I guess you could put this up as a kind of a place of a beware of dog sign inside your garage. Oh, thanks, man. I wanted it to be like one of them is looking at you and the other one like they're like it's malfunctioning. Not really sure why I can't get this axe right. This axe has haunted me since I started this painting. Trying to get the angle right and fit everything in here the way that I wanted it. Because it's sharp, but I don't like this sharp edge. But with this axe, you kind of have to give it kind of a good edge to make it seem sharp and machined. It's just a perspective thing. Looked better before. Hate it. It actually might be a value thing. That might be what's making me mad about it. Let's see. So the light's coming down from the bottom, coming up from the bottom. This bottom plane might actually be lit. Let's try something. think it also might be how the handle is. Fix the perspective of this thing once and for all. Yowza. Still a little off. Dang it. Why? Okay, that's another thing that I'll fix later. When I can curse a lot. When I can curse a lot. Getting notifications on my other computer. Probably. I just got word that there's a documentary coming out about Teddy Ruxpin. So look for that next year. This looks better. I've gone through this cycle about 40 times since I've started this painting. There's always one thing that gives you trouble in a painting. In this case, it's this axe. Once you realize what it is, you say, oh, that's what it is, or something like that. Then you move on with your life to another painting. He's wailing on the computer guitars. Well, sometimes it happens where you work on something and it doesn't improve it, and then you take it away. You say, all right, I guess I'll do it again some other time. I'm ready to start doing some cons again. That's one thing that I've been missing. Some shows. Mostly Comic-Cons I do. Mostly comic shows. I guess Comic-Con is kind of a trademarked term, but yeah, I've been missing doing those. They're fun. Hopefully at some point things will get back to a spot where I can go and do some cons. Alright, about to wrap this up, friendos. Once again, just one more time, I'm going to let you guys know that if you haven't already signed up for the transmissions from the studio email list, I'm giving away prints. I'll mail you a print as a bribe for signing up. You can go to, I'll put this in stream. You can go here and just go and check out. I've got 2 choices. I've got 4 of these left, and I just put these out. So I've got a few of these left, more than 4. So if you'd like to grab this print, go grab it. If you've already signed up for the list, unfortunately, it's kind of like a 1 per customer kind of thing for the free prints. I wish I could give everything away for free, but that just ain't how America works. So, yeah, it costs a little bit of money to ship these and print them and everything. So, unfortunately, I have 1 per customer kind of a thing. I think maybe I'll open this up to the public, maybe at a lower rate. But anyways, yeah, go grab this. And look, those of you that have signed up for the transmissions, that'll be coming soon. In the next week or so, I'll probably be sending something out, editing a video for it, and I think that kind of the format of those is just going to be like maybe a video, a little bit of short kind of blurbs, news blurbs, whatever, and then maybe a longer blog post, and then discount codes, stuff like that. Facebook, internal error. Thanks, Facebook. You're the best. All right, guys. Have a good evening. It helps me to get online and paint with other people that are alive, other humans in the world. So you've helped me, and for that I thank you. And yeah, I do this every Saturday, 7:30 to 9 for the time being, so come hang out. All right, good night.